What's up YouTube, it's your boy Tits here, and today I'm going to show you the best primary weapon, highest damage Warframe build. It's a mouthful. Um, Pretty much, it's like I said in the video that I did on the best melee build, Warframe Ash, and even though I've tested many Warframes for different circumstances and having highest damage, and Ash came on top most of the time, but there's too many different circumstances, different what style of play we're doing, how we're testing it, single target, defense, just running through the map. There's too many different factors and ways of testing it, and that's why I'm doing a couple separate videos here and leaving it as Ash having the top damage for melee build, and Banshee, she's up there with overall top just straight damage build, Warframe wise, having the most damage, and also she is the best in the category of highest damage in the primary weapon build. Basically, it's a sonar build. First, I'll talk about the gun. You can try out different guns, use whatever to your liking. The Gratica I've seen to be around top DPS at the moment. The Gorgon was really good before this, and it's still pretty good, but the Gratica definitely out damages it, out DPSs it. You can check a few videos back to see my Gratica build and how I explain the mods and stuff. I'll put it in the description, but I'll just show you real quick here what I got. Now, like if I'm doing Corpus, I'll throw in Stormbringer. If I'm doing Festa, I'll throw in Fire, and that's pretty much it. Those are the two, interchange. I'll change. But actually, what I want to do is once I have enough fusion cores, I'll take Stormbringer out altogether, and I'll go up 4 more with Restoration. It's just so expensive though. 1 more in Vital Sense. That leaves 4 points left, and I'll probably put up an ammo drum. That's like an all-around perfect build. Even as it is now, I crit so much, and the damage is so high. It's just ridiculous. The Gratica just puts out insane damage. It's definitely best crit build gun in the game, best damage gun overall. Period. Anyways, use whatever you like. What you're gonna do with the build is, though, you're gonna use a power called sonar. Basically, what happens is she emits a sonar shockwave type thing, and all the enemies within her range will have orange glowing spots on them, and that is their critical weak spot, where you'll do 400% damage or plus 300% slash 3 times damage. You're going to want to shoot in those spots to drop the enemy as quick as possible, and then move on to the next enemy. Spraying doesn't really work, because you're going to miss the spots too much, and you want to try to get all your bullets on those orange glowing spots. You can use range mod on this to increase the range of it. It already has a really nice range though when you rank it all the way up. And you can increase, what was the other one? Time with continuity. And also both those increase from ranking up the mod itself. The build I got for my Banshee, this is also the reverb helmet. It's not bad. You lose a little bit of health and you gain some energy. You don't gain a lot though. The thing people don't realize is the percent you gain, it's off your base energy from when you first start level 1. So that's what you got to realize. You can check out all those stats and everything. For the sake of the time of the video, you can check all that stuff out by just checking out Banshee on Wiki. Same thing with Ash in my other video. So let's start with powers, Soundquake and Sonar. Soundquake's alright, it's basically the max is like 7 seconds, 6 ticks, 200 damage if it's not an armored opponent. Armored Grineer take less damage. Armor reduces damage. Basically, you just rumble the earth, whatever. You're invulnerable. at that time, and also to crowd control effects. So that's nice. You tick 200 if they're not armored, the mobs. And let's see what else. It doesn't really have any, special abilities like extra damage to corpus or infest or anything like that. And it is damage over time. And in the end, you do around. I mean, if you're doing 200 damage per enemy and you do it 6 times, that's 1200 damage. That's how most of the alties are, whether it's a damage over time or killing 10 enemies at once like mag and frost, like an avalanche or this or that. You do typically 1000 or 1200 damage. So really, Soundquake's not really the greatest power by itself. It has some good perks, yes, and it has the biggest range, I'm pretty sure, in the game. The range is just crazy. Without putting range mod on and just having it leveled up twice, it's because like the range just isn't just out, it's up too, and it's all over, and you get everybody in the range. So it's kind of nice, but it's not the most powerful ulti. Now, Cabana was sonar, and you tick for a lot higher. It works as a really good combo with sonar, but in the end, it's still kind of for just trash mobs and whatnot. It's not, it's not really good on any single target. It's not good on really high level defense once you're dealing with like really high level mobs. So, but like most salties, that's how they are. For her build, you want to do a sonar build. I already explained what sonar is. Rank it up, all the way. I would say like the build I got now, I'm not quite finished with it yet. It's fine to my liking. I would rank it up all the way to have the most range and to have a 10-second duration, which is how long it'll last. And the rest of my build, I got redirection around 10 here. I do a lot of high level defense play. That's why I like to have my shields high. Vitality, I never have this high. Let me see, 10. So that's actually 8. I usually only have it 5 or 6-ish, between 4 and 6. Health's not really that is important in this game, and she starts out with higher health. It's nice, or actually a higher. She starts out with higher energy than most Warframes. The thing is, though, is I took the vitality up because I don't have a spare fast deflection. I rather would have took that up higher, but I don't have a spare one at the moment, so I just took vitality up. But I would only put vitality maybe like anywhere between like 4 and 7 or something around there. Shields anywhere between, I don't know, 7 and 10. But you gotta and have fast deflection up all the way. So thing about it is she only has 10 armor, just like Nyx, and that sucks. Like you're gonna be able to drop real easy. So it really helps having the higher shield and fast deflection all the way up. That's what's gonna save your butt. Flow, having it right around here, I have about 400 damage. That's plenty of enough. You can go all the way up if you want. Sonic Boom, you don't need. It doesn't do really any damage at all, and all it does is send a shockwave out and knock enemies over. I put it on for shits and giggles because I'll go up to a whole bunch of enemies at once and knock them on their ass. I just think it's kind of funny, and then I'll waste them. It can be good too if you're surrounded and you're getting like stunned or something, or infested runners, or I think they're called runners, are exploding, and they're so annoying when that happens because you get stunned, or I think it would be called staggered. So I can knock them over and then go on with my business with Sonic Boom, but you don't need this. I like to have Rush anywhere between 9 and 10, and I like Marathon right around here. On a lot of my builds, I have enough points to also put in the stamina regen percent increase, but it's hard with her and Ash to get the build just right because they both have 2 V slots and they're useless. So useless. Like you could put focus in there, big deal. You're gonna do 20% more damage in like your Soundquake. It's not really that great. Or a couple hundred, 200, 250, 300 more damage to like, when you're doing your Blade Storm. It's not really all that big of a deal. And what she really needs to have is she needs another polarity slot like this with the straight line, because that is for reach, that's for continuity, which that affects the best powers within like her and Ash and others, and also you can use it with Rush here. Nobody wants to be a slow Warframe. Everybody usually uses Rush and Flow whenever they can get it. So it just sucks having the V slot in there. But if you want to put focus in, more power to you. But have sonar ranked up all the way, um, and put continuity on. I don't have one yet. I sold it in the very beginning. I'm stupid, and then I realized way later I needed it. I haven't found another one. But putting continuity in would be the best. So obviously you're gonna want to save enough points in to put continuity in, so you can make sonar last longer. But it only costs 50 energy now instead of 100, and that's just great. And like I said, I have 400 energy or 390 or whatever with having flow up only 3 times. So I can do 8 sonars basically. So that's really nice. And you'll be able to do them throughout the whole map basically, and you're gonna be finding energy orbs as you go, so you're pretty set. It's a great combo with Soundquake, and it's good in defense missions, combo with Soundquake, and it's also good because not only is it highest damage like solo for your primary weapon, but it is also going to help out the rest of your team if you're not playing solo. So, it's just a great power. These are the kind of Warframes you want to look for, like Ash and Banshee. Warframes that have unique powers that directly affect a weapon build. Too many people are like, oh, what's the best Warframe? Oh, what's the highest damage? And they're like, oh, Avalanche, or I don't know, Mag's ulti or Nyx's ulti, and it's like, the thing is, they'll say Ember's ulti, it's so much damage versus Infested. It's not about, like, how good the ulti is. Most ultis suck anyways. They're not going to be good enough, like, all around in different circumstances, and they're really not good enough for what they're meant for either. You're going to want to look for, it's all about, the damage is all going to come from the certain playstyle and weapons and weapon build you're going with. So you're going to want to look for the Warframe that has a powers that you can make a build that is directly affected to the weapons, because the power themselves, like an ulti, is not going to make it a high enough damage Warframe and work in enough situations. So with Banshee, she's the highest damage primary weapon Warframe, and since most people love using their primary, all different types of primaries, Banshee's gonna be really great and all around. And then for Ash, melee, all around highest damage melee build. And in my opinion, I'll say it once again, I think out of the two, Ash's smokescreen, if you were testing it in certain ways, like just running through a map, killing as many people as you could, and who had the highest damage, from testing it with other people, like thorough testing, I've always done more damage with Ash. I just get with them one hit kills, even if it takes 2 or 3 hits, with a higher level enemy. I do more damage because I'm outputting, even though, when you look at sonar, people see the 400% damage, so it's 3 times the damage, but they don't realize, you're doing that with the rifle and whatnot, and the damage is, even if it's good damage, like a Magratica, I'm still going to be doing a lot more damage with my charge attacks with Ash, enough that I'm going to come out on top. I explain, all that in the previous video, which is Ash's melee build. But it's just, it's close, and it's not worth really putting out a video, like that. So that's why I'm putting out both videos here, best melee damage build and best primary damage build. And you can make your decision, what's best, your opinion. It doesn't really matter. When it comes down to it, whether you want to melee or use your primary weapon, these are the two Warframes to use. Plain and simple. So I hope you guys are able to get Banshee. She's kind of a tough farm. Ash is a very easy farm. I hope you're able to get her and use her soon. She's a lot of fun. Message me with any questions you got. I hope this video helped. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.